I know since we're in Florida and the sun is constantly trying to kill us, that we forget that the world around us is actually getting hotter. And it's kind of our fault. I'm Eddie Lopez, and I'm an advocate for renewable energy and the fight against global warming. And one of the things that worry me the most, especially in today's society, is that there's some people that believe we have no impact on the rising temperatures. And that's just simply not the case. It's not even a subjective matter. How it works is we release carbon emissions, and these carbon emissions are known as greenhouse gases. And what these greenhouse gases do is that they prevent the light coming from the sun to go back out from our atmosphere. And so what that does is the light that stays radiates heat and makes the world a little hotter. And of course there's naysayers and non-believers, and that's the kind of group I'm attacking today for my fact check speech. And the group I'm going to be talking about is called Skeptical Science. They're a blog post that believes global warming is a hoax. And in their article titled, "How Do We Know CO2 is Causing Warming?" they state that increasing of CO2 has little to no effect. How they back up this claim is, well, they get data from the century 1880 to 1975 and state that despite there being a 45% increase in emissions, there was only a 0.8 degrees Celsius increase in temperatures. They say that nonchalantly, and we're actually going to look at a graph and a couple of facts presented by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association. So in this graph, albeit poorly drawn, we can see there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'll break it down for you. There's three axes that we should be paying attention to here. This one is the temperature above or below the 20th century. Right here we have the atmospheric pressure decreasing and increasing, and here we have the timeline, which represents when this data was collected. Here we have the time frame of skeptical science. And even in this time frame, ignoring this, we can see that the PPG rising is roughly rising at the same rate that the temperature is rising. And the temperature are these blue and pink area charts here. And while it's, a very basic visual, it kind of gives us an understanding of how the temperature is rising along with the PPG, which is the concentration of carbon in the atmosphere. And with this information alone, we can clearly see that there's a relationship. I also want to go back to their point. There was only a 0.8 degree Celsius change in the temperature. However, 3 million years ago, the temperature was only 2 degrees hotter. However, the level of the water was 15 to 25 meters more than it is today. That's enough to sink Venice and even parts of Florida. I'm going to be regressing back and going back to my major point. One of the things that worry me the most is that people don't believe in global warming. And global warming is absolutely something that's causing because we are putting more and more carbon into the atmosphere. We can make the decision to decrease our carbon footprint and become a more productive society. With renewable energy, we'll be able to do so. And hopefully, while it's not much, I've been able to inform you about how carbon actually does impact the temperature. Thank you.